We, let's say, use the electromotor that we mounted in the vehicle to use it as a generator. And we have seen in our models that you can save in urban conditions more than 25% in energy consumption.
Hey everyone, welcome to another SCS On The Road episode, and today we are in the beautiful city of Eindhoven, in the home of DAF, and today we are going to do a very nice interview about this beautiful and fully electric truck standing behind us. And for that I have a very kind person, Rob, here with me. Sir, can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you for introducing me in this session. My name is Rob Luijkx. Working for DAF since 2000, and since 2018 I'm more or less responsible for selling the e-trucks.
So for those who don't know anything about this full electric XF, DAF XF, can you tell us what this truck is?
Well, in fact, when we developed the NGD, which stands for New Generation DAF, we took into decisions in the development that the driveline of this vehicle should be different. So it needs to be prepared for a conventional diesel driveline, but also a hybrid driveline and also an electric driveline. And this is the vehicle which is fully electric driven. So we have some batteries at the chassis and below the cab. And we have a central positioned electromotor in the chassis that drives this vehicle.
But do I understand it right that the chassis and the cabin is based on the new generation DAF XF?
Exactly. Yeah.
So what all is new, or what all is changed on this one in comparison to the diesel XF?
Okay, so the main difference is of course the drivetrain. So instead of an internal combustion engine that's normally positioned below the cab, now we have a central positioned electromotor in the chassis, which drives the rear axle of the vehicle. We decided at DAF to have a modular concept. So that means that for every application of the customer, we have the right solution, because some of the applications don't need the very big and heavy batteries and expensive batteries.
Like, could you name an example? Like maybe those trucks moving containers in the port, they don't need like the biggest capacity?
These ones will have the biggest batteries because these are shuttle transport, and they shift the products from, let's say, the harbor to the factory, and they do it multiple times a day.
Oh yeah.
But if you compare it, for example, with refuse collectors, that needs the right side or the left side free, because they grab the garbage at the side of the vehicle, they need to have a solution for that as well. So we can decide to say, okay, on the left side of the vehicle, we don't need any batteries.
So the batteries are always behind the cabin, or there is also...
The first one is always below the
cabin.
Below the cabin.
Oh. And all the other ones, how many of them can be placed?
In total, it can be 5. That's the maximum amount of batteries that we can use.
Which is how many kilowatts?
525 kilowatt hours. So every battery pack that we offer is 105 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
The minimum of the battery packs is 2. So for a solo application, a rigid vehicle with a solo application without a trailer behind it, we can offer the minimum of 2 battery packs. So in total 210 kilowatt hours. And for the heavier vehicles, we go up to 525 kilowatt hours, which means 5 battery packs in total.
Can you tell us more about how, for example, the range changes with the batteries? Or also the weight of the vehicle in total?
Yeah. So the weight of the vehicle is of course has a lot of influence on your range. So the heavier the vehicle, the more or less the shorter the range will be. Therefore we have a model that we can use our tow-pack model for. And there we can, let's say, put in all these parameters, also the addresses or coordinates we can fill in. And then we calculate exactly, depending on inclinations, on where we drive, with what kind of average temperature we are driving, with what gross combination weight. All these parameters will be given into the model, and then the model gives you the exact range and the energy consumption in kilowatt hours per kilometer.
Is there something like best environment for these full electric trucks? Like, is it more like warm environment or?
Well, if we calculate, of course, the cold conditions needs the most energy. But at the same time, we guarantee always that the battery capacity remains. So if we say we have 525 kilowatt hours gross capacity, then we say we always deliver this growth capacity. And the reason behind that is that we condition the batteries. So even when it's cold or hot climate,
pre-warm them?
We always we condition the vehicle, the batteries, so it stays always between, let's say, 25 and 40 degrees Celsius.
Okay, in terms of the charger and the charging, can you tell us what kind of socket you guys are using and maybe some like estimation of how fast the batteries can be charged? And
well, we use the standardized Combo 2 charging connector that in fact is the standard at the moment. Beside the vehicle, we also offer a complete portfolio of chargers, starting at a 22 kilowatt AC charger up to 360 kilowatt DC chargers. So we can offer it to the customer turnkey. So we deliver the chargers. We go in discussion with install companies that can install the chargers at the premises of the customer, and there they can use it turnkey. So that's a service that we offer.
I know that DAF always been like approaching like one of the pioneers, one of the first to, you know, for the better future, or as you guys are saying, the zero emission future or something like that. So is this your latest step towards this zero emission future, or?
In fact, this is the first step to offer a zero emission solution for the customers.
Can you tell us like how anyone on the road will be able to, on a first sight, recognize that it's going to be, or that is the electric one? I believe. Yeah, maybe these elements will always be blue?
Yeah, the blue accents are typical for our electric trucks. We have badges, and now with the electric trucks, we offer the number in kilowatts. So these are the blue accents that we always have with the electric trucks.
We can also see them in the lights?
We can also see them in the lights. And what we see also is that the air intake is not open, because we don't need the air
to calm down the engine. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And this like special electric painting that's.
Well, this is our demo. This is a demo color. So of course the customer can order it in the demo. In the demo color, it's no problem at all. But most of them want to have them in their own colors, so that they can recognize, this is my truck.
What about the interior? Is there something similar, like some blue elements? I believe new dashboard maybe as well.
Absolutely,
or
fully digital dashboard. Yeah, that the customer itself can, let's say, configure which data he wants to see. Also, the blue accents are in the dashboards itself, so there you can recognize, of course, if we have an electric vehicle or, for example, a diesel vehicle. And what we can offer in the vehicle itself is, of course, programming, for example, the state of charge at the beginning of the working day. So there are some typical, let's say, functionalities in the truck itself.
Yeah, and I believe instead of ladder for retarders, there is like recuperation, right?
Yeah, we, let's say, use the electromotor that we mounted in the vehicle to use it as a generator.
So it generates back some
It generates
of the capacity, or
Yeah. And we have seen in our models that we can save up to 25% of energy consumption by using.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's of
a
course
lot.
it's depending on the application that you are
Of
using,
course.
but you can save in urban conditions more than 25% in energy consumption. So we also have
Trainings?
trainers that are specialized in these kind of vehicles. So they do a training of a full day together with the driver and say, okay, this is the way you drive with these kind of vehicles.
And do you customize these trainings depending on which region they're gonna use the truck,
Absolutely.
what application? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And
great.
also what how the driver is used to driving with his normal diesel vehicles. So it's a complete different, let's say, approach of how these vehicles should be driven. Beside that, we also offer, let's say, a post-sales approach. So besides learning the driver how he has to drive with these kind of vehicles, we also have the possibility to monitor the vehicle. So by our Connect system, we can see if, let's say, in practice, the energy consumption is in line with what we predicted with our model.
And you can like provide some tips how to make it
Exactly.
better, or
Exactly.
you can do like your future studies and research based on all the data, right?
Yeah. So if the customer allows us to look into the data, because the data is, the customer is owner of this data, if he says to us, well, you can make use of these data, we can, let's say, monitor the data on the vehicle and say, well, the figures are in line with what we predicted with the model, or it is less fuel efficient. Then we look into the details to see where we can improve and do that together with the customer and the driver.
That's really great. That's really great, because I believe a lot of truck drivers will need some help to switch their, switch their minds from
and if
diesel
they
trucks
drive,
to...
let's say if they drove for 25 years a diesel vehicle, they are used to driving these kind of vehicles. And it's
completely, not completely, but
it's
a lot
it's
of
different.
different.
Yeah.
Maybe last question for you, because you spent so many years in the industry and in DAF. Like, what do you personally think the future holds? Do you think that the world will adapt to it quickly, or
Absolutely.
it will take still 20 years, or I don't know?
No. I think it will be adapting very, very quickly. Yeah. You can see that a lot of customers and big companies promote to drive zero emission. And at this time, driving zero emission, in fact, TCO-wise, the electric truck is the only alternative to a diesel vehicle. Also from an efficiency range, the battery electric vehicles are more and more efficient, more economical. So better to use where it's possible to use an electric vehicle than an alternative. Yeah. So I see a big future for, and it will stay. It is not for the next 10 years.
5 years,
No, it will stay for the rest of.
Well, it's great that a company like DAF is one of them making the first or the biggest step towards it. I know that the whole electrification will also depend on normal people and on the truck drivers and fleet managers and decision makers in big companies, and even on us, driving personal cars and everything. But I believe that's the way for better future, as you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the information. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. And that's all from us from the beautiful Eindhoven, from the amazing DAF Experience Center. And we will see you at the next episode.